Hello, hello, it's Reese coming back to you with another review video of a crowdfunded comic. We're going to try to do it down and dirty and hope to get all the highlights in here. This is Pistolera by Gilbert Deltre and Mateo Martinez. And I am not sure if I'm pronouncing your names right. Rib me in the comments if I've got it wrong, guys. It depends on how people say them, I suppose. Anyway, or whether I'm saying it right, I guess is the ticket. This cover, though, is by Canales, and I tell you what, I had to have that one when I saw it was up there. I love Canales' style, and when I saw he was attached to do a cover for this, I had to have it, and I just thought the passion and the determination in these faces is just wonderful. So I specifically got the Canales cover because it's just great. I'm a huge fan. I really enjoyed the first Iron Sights. I probably won't be getting the second one, unfortunately, for various reasons. But I just love his style, and I want to find more stuff when I have the scratch, to throw a little cash at that guy. So anyway, Pistolera is the story of a woman who learns to be a gunfighter, obviously from the name, which is anyway, it means female gunfighter. So, start off, and I'm not going to do a whole page-by-page review, but it starts off with this little girl, this gal, and I can't remember how young she is, but she's young, and she basically is a gunfighter. A sheriff who comes in to steal her family's land in Texas. It's set after the Texas has left Mexico, and so there's some argument about all of that, and so there's a whole land thing going on here. And I do not recall if it's after Texas joined the United States and the Mexican-American War, or if it's before that, or if it even specifies in it. But it's a couple of different times we could be looking at here. But long and short of it is the sheriff, who has taken it upon himself to claim the land, does so by killing the girl's parents, and as we see here, and this makes me angry. It's a great scene, but the shining star, this guy should be representing justice, not using his office for his own selfish gain. And to make matters worse, mom is gunned down, and then the sheriff, in his blue eyes, takes advantage of this poor gal, and 9 months later, she is very pregnant. Well, I think this is actually 8 months later. 8 months later, she's very pregnant, and she seeks out her bandido brother, if I remember right. I read it. Yes, her brother, and asks to be taught. Valencia, that's her name, asked to be taught how to be a gunfighter so she can exact her vengeance because of what has happened to her. Because not only, I got a thing wrong. She seeks that out before she's 8 months. When she's 8 months pregnant is when she hunts the man down. But anyway, spoiler alert, I guess, on that one. But here is, and it's very much the spaghetti western formula, where vengeance is a big factor. It very much falls into that. There is the nature of what makes government, what makes justice. This man looks for, this woman looks for vengeance. And I think that that's an important aspect. But the vengeance is not a typical format on all of that. And I want to talk about that here in just a second. So one of the things that is very interesting about this is that the older brother, the bandito, makes his little sister learn the scriptures and study the Bible, because while they feel, this is so interesting, they talk about that she deserves vengeance because she's been wronged, but she cannot be unjust, because that vengeance is mine, saith the Lord kind of stuff. And that life is hard, but that hardness can actually bring us closer to God. But they look at this as an act of justice being done. I think it's very interesting in all of this. And so, and that's one of the most, and it's I'm not going to say there can't be an argument made against this point of view, but it's a very interesting point of view that's part of all of this. And they have a very frank discussion about killing the sheriff, not killing the sheriff, what all this means, and the whole works. And in the middle of all of that, I tell you, I just love so much of the style. I love the palette that is used in all of this stuff. There is not a wasted panel in this book. Every panel is, and the size of it, the placement of it, it's excellent work. Excellent work. Just these guys know how to put a comic book together, and I just really enjoyed that. So well done, folks. Back to the present, the palette shifts to full colors because it's not a flashback anymore, and I just think it's a very well done thing. Now, I'm not going to get into the rest of the book. This is where I'm going to close it, because you guys should find a way to get a hold of Gilbert at Headshot Comics and see if he has any back issues done, because it's a very good book. Excellently done, in fact. It ends in a very surprising place that is not out of line with the whole spaghetti western, new western idea. It is totally in line with that, but at the same time is not necessarily what a person would be expecting out of this, and does just a great job with it. So that's my quick review of Pistolera. Go find it if you can. Now I know that I'm not sure if it's still going on or not, but Gilbert also was doing a book called Grom, which is a space opera with capybaras, and I'm not sure if that is still on or not. But I would definitely, looking at the quality he put into this little floppy, I think his graphic novel is definitely worth checking out if you've got the scratch for that. So this is the I think this was the standard cover for the campaign that I was in, because I did the Indiegogo campaign. It was on Kickstarter, I think, with this cover. Anyway, but that's the Canales one. That's where I wanted. But yeah, so that's the story with that. It's an excellent book. Thank you very much for an insightful, well done Western, Gilbert, and I look forward to reading more stuff from you when I can. So thank you.